Walking through the city, lights all aglow. Everybody's got a story to show. Wheels keep spinning, streets overflow. Hustle never stops, we're in the flow. Skylines high like our dreams in the air. Concrete jungle, we got flair. Rhythm of the night, we don't care. Underneath the stars we breathe rare. In this urban jungle we're alive. Heartbeats echo as we strive. Dreams collide where the streets survive. Together we'll thrive, side by side. Echoes of the past linger near. Future calls, we face it with no fear. Every corner tells a tale so clear. In the city, we chase what we hold dear. Shadows and whispers blend in the night. City's pulse beats with all its might. Lost in the chaos, but it feels right. We rise above, reach new heights. In this urban jungle, we're alive. Heartbeats echo as we strive. Dreams collide where the streets survive. Together we'll thrive, side by side. In this urban jungle, we're alive. Heartbeats echo as we strive. Dreams collide where the streets survive. Together we'll thrive, side by side.
The votes are in, it's time to see what this town is meant to be. Together strong we'll cast our say, build tomorrow from today. Side by side we make the call. Every voice, it counts them all. A team of hearts with plans to share. For every soul we're standing there. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The Lord is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones who fuel the streams. Every corner, every street, we bring the change that makes us meet. Hand in hand we hold the flame. Together we'll make a lasting name. It's in the ballot, it's in our hands. Together we rise and take a stand. For every dream, for every need, community spirit is our creed. The boat is here to pave the way, working hard both night and day, delivering hope, delivering dreams. We are the ones to...
Good afternoon. Welcome to the second installment of It's in the Ballot Community Boards. I'm Nick Hollander, your host. On cameras we have Sam, and here in the hall with me are two candidates for the community board in Ōtaki. All right, so a little bit different from the standard show. We're going to start off with one. Yes, I do now. Yes, yeah. Welcome back. All right, you got me there? All right, so we're going to start off with a 1-minute opening statement from each of the candidates, and we'll start off with Simon.
Kia ora tātou. Look, I'm proud to be standing for the Ōtaki Community Board again. As a local resident and a firefighter and business owner, I'm currently the Deputy Chair, and I'm 100% committed to Ōtaki. Over the past 3 years, I've been working hard on the board to bring community voices to the table and turn ideas into action. Together, the board have addressed antisocial driving with the police and KCDC, the Community Camera Trust, and actually looking at getting safety cameras around the place. Started the Ōtaki Vision with 1,200 submissions on how we can grow Ōtaki sustainably in the next 12, 30, 40 years. Helping locals access local housing, retaining $100,000 and helping set up the Te Horo Business Association, making sure that there's 24/7 AED just outside this building, strengthening relationships with Nahapu or Ōtaki, and also creating a knowledge base for future board members. There's much more to do. I'd like to stand again this year so we can start finishing off a lot of things we've completed, and I'd be appreciative if you'd give me a vote again this year. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Yay! Good stuff, audience. All right. Now, Angela, your introduction.
Kia ora, I'm Angela Buswell. I have been pretty much born and bred in Kapiti, and anyone that knows me knows how passionate I am about the Kapiti district and what it has to offer, not only living here but also through business, through tourism, and I would just really like to see this area really flourish. I know that Ōtaki is a very special place. It's been a really special place for me and my family to grow and nurture. We have a lovely lifestyle property here. I love that kind of life that we have here, and in terms of representation, I think that we need to have a voice. We are on the outskirts of the Kapiti district. We border Kapiti and Horowhenua, and so it is a really important little pocket that sometimes gets a little bit forgotten. And yeah, I just really want to get in and work alongside council. I've been a councillor for 2 trienniums, which I very much enjoyed as a district-wide councillor, and thoroughly enjoyed the impact that I had, particularly in the economic development space, and really would like to look forward to representing the Ōtaki community in that space again. That's Angela Buswell.
Thank you, Angela. All right, so up to the next part of our show, I will ask the 10 questions that we have for the community board, and each candidate has 1 minute to give their answer. First question. What will be your preference for new street names to be based on in the Ōtaki Community Board area? For example, former mayor's names, names gifted from local iwi. Angela, if you'd like to start.
I think because of the beautiful nature that we have in Ōtaki, for me, it would definitely be Māori names gifted by the iwi, and to honour the people that have been here before us and to keep their memory and their kaupapa and everything alive. I think that it would be the right thing to do.
Thank you, Angela. Simon.
Thank you. Yes, well, we've actually had a number of names that have come to the board in the last 3 years, and they come with a whole lot of recommendations. And what we do is we go through these recommendations and we select the one that we think is more appropriate. So we have a mix of either iwi history or other history specifically for Ōtaki, and we're proud that the names we have represent the community as a whole.
Thank you, Simon. That's one thing I like about New Zealand is street names aren't alphabetical grids. There's not necessarily a main street in every town. All right, on to the second question. How would you stand up for your community interests if it differs from your own position? And Simon this time.
Well, I believe I'm thinking not just me as Simon Black. So when I represent Otaki, I will focus on this community.
Thank you very much. Angela.
Well, it's not all about me and my opinions and my feelings. So I definitely, I definitely take on board the people around me and their opinions. I have done throughout my life, through my business career, owning and operating a business. I certainly know that it's not about me. It's about what your customers want, and it's about offering that service and understanding, listening, having an open mind, and finding that middle ground that that is appropriate.
Thank you, Angela. Good answers from good candidates. All right, next question. How will you... We'll go on to this one first. How willing are you to work with local hapu and iwi at a community board level? Angela.
Oh, very open, absolutely. Again, it's a very, very strong part of the community here. It is not uncommon for us to be in the supermarket and hear te reo spoken quite openly, which is a really beautiful thing, and it's not something that is nationwide. So I definitely respect and work well along hapu and iwi, and did while I was a councillor previously. So that has not changed.
Thank you, Angela. Simon.
We, at the board, so Ken, Shelley, and myself. Can you hear me now? Perfect. Thank you. So over the last triennium, Cam Butler, Shelley, and myself have had regular meetings with Kim Tahiwi and Denise Hapeta, who are the head of the local iwi and also the whakamanenga o Kapiti. And we've established a really good, strong relationship. So we have meetings every 6 weeks, 2 months, and understanding what the issues are and working our views with the board and having a very good relationship. So we just want to continue on with that and actually strengthen our ties.
Thank you, Simon. And on from that, there's a really good question that would follow from there. How accessible is the current community board, and what steps would you take to improve its accessibility if needed? Angela.
Well, I think that the people on the community board need to be part of the community and be open-minded, open for a chat, and look at what the community has currently got and what it can possibly offer and some of the opportunities out there. And being in business again, I have always been part of the community and always worked along those kind of mottos that, we are part of the community and we have to be open to that.
Thank you, Angela. Simon.
Completely, I believe that, you need to make yourself available. My number and email address are always available to everyone. They're on the website right now. And so I welcome any advice. I welcome any complaints. I welcome any good feedback as well, and anything that anyone has any concerns of the area. So completely have to be open and make yourself available.
Thank you very much. Next question. How can the community board contribute to civil defense and emergency management in our area? Simon.
Right. Well, over the last couple of years, Jackie Elliott and myself have opened up this hall here and had some practices for the emergency events with
Good. Simon. Wasn't me. All right. Are we up again?
Great.
All right.
So over the last couple of years, Jackie Elliott and I have opened up the community hubs, emergency hubs here and at the Baptist Church up the road. And we've had 2 community events where we've had earthquake and tsunami practices so that the years that we'll get to understand what happens in emergency and how we can actually help the community itself.
Thank you, Simon. Angela.
Well, funnily enough, when I was a district-wide councillor, I was part of the emergency hub team in Te Horo, which is now in the Waikanai ward, I think, because the ward boundaries changed. So, and that was a great deal of fun, connecting with the community, understanding what resources are local and what we need to survive without any emergency people coming to us. Because essentially, if something happens in our rural community, we are it, and we have to roll up our sleeves and work together as a team to help our fellow community members. So it was really great. We did a stock list of who had what, and chainsaws and food and all of those kinds of things were part of it. So I very much enjoyed working with Remo on those kind of projects, and it is something that we are really grateful to have. We've got great facilities in our local halls for our evacuation hubs.
Thank you, Angela. All right. We're going to go a little bit off script here. This is more a me question. How are you currently engaged in the community? Let's start with Simon.
Right. Well, at the moment, some of the issues that we're looking at the moment is security around the place. And so I'm working with the Horowhenua Community Camera Trust to look at putting CCTV for security around, which is not monitored by police, it's monitored by a volunteer group, so that they can actually report back to police should incidents happen, especially to prevent incidences like the boy races on King's birthday weekend a couple of years ago. So we want to make the community safer in that regard. Yep, we're working with police whom at the moment have got a new senior sergeant, and we don't have enough police coverage at the moment. They're pretty thin on the resourcing at the moment, so I'm going to meet with the new senior sergeant and say what can we do to actually bring that back into place as well. So for me, I'm a bit focused on the community security side of things.
Oh, thank you very much, Simon. Angela.
Currently, I'm not involved in too many community groups, but I'm an avid fan of Pilates. I've just started Pilates, so that's pretty cool. And that's, that's a great group of ladies that I meet with every Monday night, so that's quite nice. I'm also a super duper fan of the Friends of Ōtaki River and what they contribute to our waterways and and that kaupapa is really fantastic. And over the years of the Friends of Ōtaki River working and planting out, they have created an amazing asset that is truly unique to our area and has become quite a tourist attraction. So yeah, super proud of what they do there.
Thank you very much, both of you. I know that was just a little curveball, but it is a lot better than one of the questions we had here. Thank ChatGPT for that. All right. What factors currently support community gardens in your area, and what actions could be taken to improve or create new ones? Angela, sorry.
Well, funnily enough, I think that in Ōtaki we have got quite a few community gardens. Often the little gardens just outside the Memorial here at Memorial Hall are planted out in parsley and kale and silver beet for our community to have. We've also got Māori lands area that often have a community garden, which is fantastic, and often have little stalls outside their place for for food and things to be given away. We've also got some areas up in Huruatai Park, which I think again is another amazing asset that Ōtaki has. Beautiful complex up there, and plenty of room for planting gardens and servicing the community with fresh fruit and veggies up there too.
Thank you, Angela. Simon.
One of the main focuses that we've been working on with Ngāhapa over the years is about kai strategy and kai resilience as well. So we're going to continue with that. The kaupapa, really important. My partner, Jo Humphreys, she was created the Otaki chapter of Crop Swap, helped build some planter boxes from some friends as well. So what I'd like to do is see if we can actually kind of align a lot of our groups here, like Ōtaki Waste, Zero Waste, Men's Shed, and see what we can do together in the community to actually help build and keep on building our kaya resilience and our strategy going forward with our Vision Ōtaki.
Thank you, Simon. Yeah, I think it's quite important to learn how to grow food from seed to table. So yes, that's really great. Next question. How will you stand for the community? Yes, no, that's right. Sorry. How will you stand for the community at the council table on issues where council is not in support of them? Angela.
It's about being open and honest from the heart and speaking for your community. And again, I go back to some times around the table when I was a district-wide councillor, and we did have different projects that people supported and some things the council couldn't do or wouldn't do. And so it's just about being really open and honest and getting the support behind you, getting facts and data to support what you're saying, and it not just be a whim. It needs to have some substance behind it.
Thank you, Angela. Simon.
I completely agree with Angela. An example recently is the freedom camping bylaws, which came out, and it was going to use Ōtaki as kind of like a dumping ground for all the spare freedom camping spots. They were going to have like 4 times as many freedom camping spots in Ōtaki than there were in the rest of Kapiti put together. So the committee board got together, got the opinions of also our locals here, and I personally presented to council on that, and said, look, we can't have this. It has to be a bit more fair. You have to do your research, and I think you should retract that until actually do some more investigation. And they did that, and they came back with a revised bylaw for exactly everything we asked for, which was reduced numbers, no self-contained units, and better facilities. And also working with Greater Wellington Regional Council, because they don't include that part of the river outlet as part of their freedom camping for our districts. So there's up to 27 campers out there. So that's just an indication of how we can actually use our voice at council table to actually inform them better.
Thank you very much. Well done. All right. In relation to the defined concept of authority, Which aspect do you feel you most need to develop, and why? Simon.
I actually didn't understand this question. What kind of aspect of authority are you talking about?
Okay, the authority that the city, as a community board, the delegated authority. I don't have the list right here.
That's all right. I can probably answer that one now.
Yep.
We are not a delegated authority as such. We are advocacy. It's the councillors who actually have delegated authority because they're the ones who are personally responsible for decisions made by council. We are not, as community board members, which gives us a bit more freedom to actually be better advocates because we don't have that duality of responsibilities. So it makes us more effective. Thank you.
I like that better than what I had had in mind for that question. So, Angela, feel free to answer that either way.
Sure. I have to agree with Simon. We as a community board are a conduit from my perspective. We're a conduit between what's happening at grassroots level in our community and we have to feed that through into council and into council decisions. And that then becomes through our councillors. So it's up to us to relay all of that stuff that's happening in our community and be able to pass that on in an effective and a really powerful way. Not often, like we've got in Ōtaki, we've only got one ward councillor for all of our population, whereas our community board has got touch points throughout our community, and we have to support what's going on and feed that back.
Thank you, Angela. All right, next question. What community board what community project would you be happy to support for community board council grants? And we'll start with Angela.
Sure, I'm personally a bit of a fan of supporting cultural activities. We have an enormous amount of cultural stuff happening in Ōtaki, which is really vibrant and it activates our town centres. We see streets blocked off, carnivals, all of that really fantastic, great stuff. We have the kite festival down at our beach. All of this kind of thing promotes well-being, which is always good for our state of mind and our community. It brings our community together, which is really important. And more than ever at the moment, we are needing our communities to be together. So I would support giving grants to cultural movements, well-being, and also sporting groups, because I know that sporting groups also have a huge impact for our well-being, for our rangatahi, right through to our older people. So that's what I would support.
Thank you, Angela. All right, Simon, your answer.
Thank you. Yes, well, during the last 3 years, we've actually supported quite a wide range of grants from social organisations like cobblers who come and have the elderly come in and get a good feed and have social contact with each other. Help networks, health networks, sports groups, student exchange groups, events, and the likes. So, look, this is a good way of actually getting some money straight to organisations, people, communities that are at grassroots to support the community. And so I'm just pleased that we can continue doing that.
Thank you very much. All right. What would your role entail regarding the? Sorry, that was the one I had changed for my impromptu question. So we were going to go to one of the hard-hitting questions from. Oh, I'm sorry. I have been forgetting my job here as host. I am also question host to an extent. I meant to put up the graphics for the questions, and I have failed at that. So we will try this for the last question. Oh, you'd like the hard-hitting video? Yes.
Hard-hitting questions, we don't get anything funny. What does a question? Because every candidate has an answer. The hard-hitting questions.
Thank you, Sam. All right. So the hard-hitting question is, what is your position on retaining the Kapiti Coast District Maori Ward for Kapiti Coast District Council and the Te Upuku o Te Ika Maui Maori constituency for Greater Wellington Regional Council, and why do you hold that position? Simon.
Well, first, I'd like to say it's a shame that we have to have a referendum about this right now, because we haven't even tried it yet. You know, we're trying to make, well, we've been asked to make a decision based on whatever's out in the media and our own personal perceptions of this. My observations are that this is not taking away votes from any, a voice for their own candidates. So anyone on the Māori roll will actually get to vote for Māori candidates, which gives them better representation. It's not detracting from anyone else. From my discussions with iwi, their main concerns are transport and the environment. You know, healthy environment means that you get healthier people. And so I completely support and endorse that. So I'd like to see how it works, and I endorse the position that they actually have. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Angela.
Well, you know, I think that this is, it's really great. I support a Māori ward, and but I think we also have to remember that the Kapiti Coast District is really blessed because we have had representation for our local iwi for upwards of 30 years in a partnership with KCDC called Te Whakamienga, and that has been really, it's been responsible for pulling together partnerships and friendships and a cohesive working relationship between our local iwi and KCDC. And yes, it's had its ups and downs, but so too does every relationship. But it's on its up now, and I understand that it's really well established, and it definitely can carry on. So we are one of the very few councils with such a partnership. So we definitely endorse the Maori partnerships.
Thank you, Angela. All right. It's that time of our show where we get candidates' closing statements. So we will start with Simon.
As I've mentioned before, I'm Deputy Chair of the Community Board, and I think there's some more work to do. I'd like to continue on working with the community, making sure that its resilience is looked after. We all look at the future of Ōtaki, this hall, how this the centre is structured, and supporting all of our people in Ōtaki here. So I'd like to continue on with that work, and I would like another 3 years in term. So please vote for me. Number 1, Simon Black. Thank you.
Thank you, Simon. Angela.
Well, I have been a part of the Ōtaki community for a long time, and been a part of the Kapiti Coast District for even longer. And I'm really passionate about the diversity that we have in Ōtaki, and I believe that we do a pretty good job at the moment as a community board in representing Ōtaki at council, but everything can be improved, and I would be there to have more of a business voice at the table, and certainly support economic development growth in our area, along with tourism and growth within our housing sector. There is definitely some work that needs to be done there, although we have had lots of growth in that area as well. So I'm definitely here to be here for the people and to listen and be a part of the forward-thinking area of Ōtaki. So that is Angela Buswell.
I'd like to thank both my candidates, Simon and Angela, for participating in the second Is in the Ballot Community Board show. It was a pleasure to have you both here. Thank you. Yes, please, Sam. You do that better than I do. Oh.
Each photo gets to rank the candidates in preference of the order of when they would like the vote to be distributed. In order for a candidate to succeed, they must achieve, in this case, there are 4 positions available, so there would be the total number of positions plus 1 divided by the total number of votes. So each candidate would need to achieve the electoral support 20% of the vote plus 1 to be an elected councillor on the board. So when you're going to rank your candidates, please rank wisely, because it's not just your first group that's vote that's just important, but it's when the second, the third, and the fourth, and when you get out, go down, that will make up the structure of your board. So that's just my little bit of advice when it comes to voting. Make sure you utilise SCV to your best advantage.
Thank you, Sam. Much better than I could have done. I appreciate that.
No problem.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank Sam, who's been on Media Desk and cameras, and our audience for showing up. Yay! And once again, our candidates. So thank you very much. We'll be back here at 4 p.m. for our Ōtaki General Award Show. For those who didn't hear Sam, I'll see you there.